He stomped his boot down on her back so hard the crack echoed through the neighborhood like a gunshot. My 8-year-old daughter, Lily, lay face down on the concrete, her chalk dinosaur smeared beneath her, whispering, "Mommy, I can't move my legs." And the man who did it wasn't even a real cop. But what happened next? Even I didn't see coming. It started like any other slow Saturday. The air was crisp, the sun hung lazily over the rooftops of our sleepy cul-de-sac, and the distant hum of a lawnmower created a white noise of normalcy. My daughter Lily was on the driveway hunched over a masterpiece in sidewalk chalk, her version of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, grinning wide and purple with little stars all around it. She was lost in her own world, humming some nonsense tune. Her backpack lay open beside her, crayons and chalk spilled like confetti on the pavement. My wife, Rachel, sat on the porch swing in her robe, rocking gently, sipping her usual iced tea with lemon and crushed mint. She glanced down at Lily every few moments with that proud mother half-smile that says, "This is what it's all about." I was in the kitchen rinsing out my coffee mug, ready to take on my boring dad duties, mow the lawn, fix the leaky hose, maybe clean the grill if I felt ambitious. That was supposed to be the whole story. But life has a way of sucker punching you when your guard's down. A vehicle I didn't recognize rolled up. A white golf cart fitted with orange lights and the words HOA Patrol painted hastily across the side in uneven stenciling. It screeched to a stop at the curb like something out of a parody movie. Two men jumped out, middle-aged, bulky, dressed in tan shirts and cargo pants like they were going on safari or looking for trouble. One wore a black cap that read HOA. The other carried a clipboard like it was some kind of holy document. Neither had badges, name tags, or any trace of real authority. "Hey," the man with the cap barked. "What do you think you're doing?" I couldn't see them yet from inside, but I could hear every word through the screen door. Lily looked up, startled. "Just drawing on the sidewalk," she answered. "That's not your driveway, sweetheart," the clipboard guy snapped. "This is community property. You're vandalizing HOA-governed sidewalks. That's a Class C violation. Unauthorized markings." Rachel stood up, cup trembling in her hand. "Excuse me? She's just a kid." The one in the cap cut her off with a wave of his hand. "Your child is vandalizing HOA-governed sidewalks." "She's 8, Rachel said, voice climbing. "She should know better," the clipboard man added coldly. "Graffiti is graffiti." I stepped onto the porch, trying to read the situation, hoping this was just some horrible misunderstanding. Then the man in the cap did something I'll never forget. He stepped forward, barked, I said get up, and shoved Lily with his boot. She fell onto her side, startled. Her chalk snapped beneath her elbow. "She's a child," Rachel screamed, rushing toward them. The man, heavy, red-faced, veins visible across his forehead, placed his boot squarely between Lily's shoulder blades and slammed her chest down into the pavement. The crack of her tiny body hitting concrete was louder than it should have been. Her screams sliced through the air, then silence. Just one long, horrible silence. Then, "Mommy, I can't move my legs." Everything after that happened in flashes. I don't remember crossing the lawn. I just remember being on top of him, fist raised. I remember the dull thud as I tackled the man off my daughter, my forearm pinning him to the ground, his breath wheezing out of him in gasps. Rachel was cradling Lily, tears streaming down her face, trying not to move her, whispering, "You're okay. You're okay," though we both knew that wasn't true. Blood pooled under Lily's nose. Her lips were trembling. Her fingers twitched, but her legs didn't. "Call 911. Rachel shouted at no one in particular. Neighbors began emerging. Phones out, voices raised, some gasping, some yelling. One woman ran over with a first aid kit. Another pulled Rachel away gently so she could wrap a blanket over Lily's small, trembling body. The second fake officer, the clipboard guy, backed away, stammering, "We were enforcing policy. They're not even real cops," someone shouted. "That patch just says HOA." I turned the man beneath me over and grabbed his shirt collar, locking eyes with him. "You think you're in charge of something?" I growled. "You just broke my daughter's back. Do you get that?" He started to speak. I punched the sidewalk next to his head. "Shut up," I hissed. "You've said enough." His eyes were wide now, scared. He looked up at the ring of neighbors surrounding us, all filming, all furious. I leaned in close. You just paralyzed an 8-year-old girl with a boot to her spine. And guess what? My voice dropped to a whisper. I'm the warden of Fairview Correctional, the prison you'll be sent to if you're lucky. He blinked, uncomprehending. Now, I said, pray the cops get here before I lose my composure. The sirens began echoing in the distance, and I smiled. The ambulance hadn't even arrived when the first patrol car skidded into the cul-de-sac. 2 officers stepped out, young, underseasoned. One had a body cam clipped to his vest. The other wore sunglasses despite the cloudy overcast that had crept in. They glanced at the crowd, the man I still had pinned to the grass, the sobbing mother, and the little girl lying motionless under a neighbor's blanket. Then, like true bureaucrats, they walked toward me. Not him. Sir, we need you to let him up. She can't feel her legs. Rachel shrieked. Do you understand what that means? I didn't flinch. I kept my knees square on the man's chest. You touch me before you secure him, I growled at the officer, and I'll have your badge reviewed by Monday morning. The officer blinked. Excuse me? I'm Warden Samuel Parks, I snapped, my voice rising like a shot across a parade field. Federal clearance. Class of federal background. If you want to see my credentials, they're in the glove box of the black Ford parked 5 feet behind you. What you won't do is let this man stand after assaulting a child. The second cop stepped back, confused. The crowd was murmuring now. Words like spine, boot, video evidence, monster. I looked down at the man under my weight. You better enjoy this grass, son. It's the last soft thing you'll feel for years. Sirens multiplied. EMTs pulled in behind the squad car, and I let go of him only when 2 medics took over Lily's case. One medic looked up and muttered to his partner, probable spinal trauma. Immediate immobilization. Rachel followed them into the ambulance, her hand never letting go of our daughters. Her face was bloodless, lips trembling, eyes stuck in that wide, unblinking stare people get when the world flips upside down and refuses to turn back. When I finally stood, the man-eyed restrained rolled onto his side, coughing. I loomed over him. What's your name? I said. He wiped blood from his lip and didn't respond. You'll give it eventually, I added. Trust me. Prison intake doesn't take kindly to I don't remember. The clipboard man, now sitting on the curb in cuffs, looked more like a schoolboy who got caught with cigarettes than someone who just helped ruin a child's life. He whimpered. We were told by the HOA board that we had authority to enforce the who? One of the cops asked. Homeowners Association. I snapped, turning toward them. Except these men aren't affiliated with ours. Not officially. No badges, no proper paperwork. And from what I've gathered, this HOA board doesn't even exist. They made it up. Stole authority. Enforce rules with violence.